Chicago Bears Now is presented by Manscaped. Go to manscaped.com/chat. You can get 20% off plus free shipping at checkout, the Lawnmower 3.0, and all of their other men's grooming products. They are going to set you up very, very nicely. Manscaped.com/chat, 20% off at checkout. Let's get into our mailbag here. Andrew Chapman, #Bears, or you can super chat. Why do you like Trey Lance and Newsome but not Kellen Mond? Do you mean Newman? Unless you're talking about Greg Newsome, the Northwestern corner, who I do like, but those don't really correlate there. I don't like Newman, really, but round 5, round 6, sure. Trey Lance, I just think there's more upside there. Look, he's a gamble. There's no doubt about it. Physical tools are better. I think scouts who have really dug in to what he can do just believe he's got more ability. I'm not going to pretend and say I've watched a lot of Trey Lance. I've watched a lot of Wilson. I've watched a lot of Lawrence. I've watched a lot of Fields. I like those guys. I'm relying on scouts more with Lance than I am with the other guys. So, yeah, I mean, I trust the scouts, and they say that Trey Lance is a really good prospect. So, like any other quarterback prospect, some are going to hit, some are going to miss. Maybe I'm wrong on Kellen Mond, but I don't think I am. Eamon Elias, would you rather trade up for Trey Lance or Justin Fields? Gosh. Whoever falls further. I think they're close enough, and you can get your votes in on this one. JF for Fields, TL for Lance, whichever slides more. Because I think you could go either way. I think Lance, I think he's slightly more mobile, although Fields is pretty fast as well. I think Lance probably has a little more upside. He's got a quicker release, maybe a slightly stronger arm. Fields is probably the safer pick, play at a high level, Power 5 conference. I think he processes reads slightly slow, which concerns me, but get your votes in, JF or TL. Matthew Burns, Harrison hates Kellen Mond. I think there's a story there. There is a story. I've watched like 20 of his games, and he's not very good. Clemson in 2018, he was phenomenal. LSU in 2019, he was awesome. Other than that, the guy's been pretty damn inconsistent. Even this past year when A&M only lost one game, go watch their games. They ran the football down teams' throats, and they played defense. Kellen Mond was pretty pedestrian. I'm sorry, he's inconsistent. I'm not a Mond hater. I actually liked Manziel coming out. He just was, messed up in the head. So there you go. It's not an A&M thing. It's not I know Kellen Mond's brother and he's a douche. No, it's nothing like that. I've just watched him a lot, and I don't think he's that good. But I appreciate it, Matthew, and hey, that's just me being real, man. That's what I do here on Chicago Bears Now. Manscaped keeps it real. Kellen Mond should head over there. Get the perfect package, 20% off plus free shipping. It comes with the Lawnmower 3.0. You got ball deodorant, ball toner. It comes with the boxers, the travel case, everything you need. Manscaped.com/chat. 20% off plus free shipping. These guys changed my life just several months back when I was like, I give up. I'm done. Lawnmower 3.0, best product out there. So go take advantage at manscaped.com/chat. Link in the comments, link in the description. Alex Garcia, at this point in free agency, do we focus on the draft when it comes to other positions we need to upgrade beside quarterback? I would explore, I would still flirt around, see what linemen are out there, especially at tackle. Let's see, I think I saw a Alejandro Villanueva question in there as well. So that's a good name out there. We also, I think corner, I like Richard Sherman. I don't think he's going to come to Chicago, but you would explore those two positions. Other than that, I think most teams right now are focusing on the draft. This is what happens. Big flurry in free agency for 2 or 3 weeks. Teams pause. They focus on the draft. And then after the draft, they'll circle back, see what free agents are still available. So that could happen with the Chicago Bears. And if you're looking at O-line, I'm not convinced Charles Leno is going to be on this roster. Maybe he will be. Maybe he won't be. I'm not convinced Jermaine Ifedi is your starting right tackle. He's a good depth O-lineman. He can start at guard or tackle if you need him to, but I don't know if you want him to for 16 games. So there's still some flexibility there. Maybe you check out the center position as well if you're not sold on Sam Mustipher. But I would still explore, but the draft is probably the primary focus at this point. Should the Bears upgrade at left tackle? Type Y for yes, type N for no. I think they should, even if that means just kicking Leno to right tackle. I'm fine with that, but I just don't think he's that good. He's fine. He's okay, but he's definitely overpaid for the caliber of player he is. So if you think he should upgrade, go ahead and type Y. Tiger 2308, what do the Bears need to do to get Jimmy G if he restructures? Send over a third-round pick. I don't know. I mean, I don't think the Niners are going to get a first or second for him. If you could get that cap hit number down to like $10 million, send him a third, get Jimmy G, I'm down. I mean, the problem is, why'd you sign Dalton at that point? That's the issue, right? So, I don't think it's going to happen for that reason, and I don't think Jimmy G is going to agree to a restructure unless the Niners just do it via signing bonus. So, yeah, that's kind of what you're talking about there, Tiger. Timothy, who would you rather have, Dalton at $10 million, Trubisky at $2.5 million? Probably Trubisky, but he was never returning to the Bears, especially at that price tag. Guys, this was strategic from Mitch. He wanted to go to a place that made sense for him schematically, where he could improve. And I think look, this is a theory I have. Bills ball out next year. Trubisky, meshes with Brian Dable. He gets a head coaching job. Maybe he brings Trubisky with him. Who knows, right? So he could have made more money elsewhere. Guys, Tyrod Taylor is making $12 million with the Texans. You're telling me Trubisky couldn't make 6 or 7? I think he chose Buffalo intentionally so he could take a step back, learn for a year, and see what happens in 2022 and beyond. So I get the question, but he was never going to return to the Bears for chump change. Michael Kelly, I love the Grimes pick in my mock draft. If you're not watching live, check out my Bears mock draft on the channel. Subscribe; it'll be right there. Underrated part, and will he be the Mooney of this year if they take him? Well, first of all, completely different players, right? Mooney, undersized speed guy. Grimes, physical, big player. In terms of value pick, I think so. I think Grimes could be a number 3 type of receiver in the NFL. Good upside. He's got some good tape out there, inconsistent, but I love him in round 5 or round 6. He's got a big frame, and he can high point the ball really well. I see the Bears going 6-11 next year from Tamber the Lamber. You guys can get your votes in if you agree with Tamber. Type 6-11, 17-game season. That's been approved by the NFL owner, so that is happening. Based on what I know right now, 6 to 9 wins is kind of where I'm at. 7 to 9 wins. I think you're a 7-10, 8-9 type of team. Maybe 9-8 if you stay healthy. I don't think you're much more than that because the schedule is very tough. And I think if you got better at quarterback, you didn't get much better. So, yeah, I think you're flirting around 500, if not a little below. Jim, what round would you draft Kellen Mond? I'll take him in the 4th. Guys, I'm not drafting him in the 1st. No chance. Chris Sims is wrong on that front. 2nd and 3rd, still too rich for me. I guess you could talk me into the 3rd, but I'm going to hold firm on that opinion. I wouldn't draft him before the 4th. I don't think he's good. Like, I've been wrong before. I'll be wrong again. I don't like Kellen Mond. I don't think he's a great prospect. Zev, J.C. Jackson, 2nd round tender would be perfectly fine. If we don't focus on corner in the draft. So, yeah, you sign him, you give up a 2nd. I think that's actually pretty good value there. You roll with him and Jalen Johnson. That puts pressure on you to hit in round 1, which has been a problem for Pace. But, are you going to hit in round 2, get someone better than J.C. Jackson? Probably not, realistically. So, I don't mind the idea. It just depends how much you're going to have to pay to get him. Subscribe to Chicago Bears Now. We go live every single Tuesday, 4 o'clock Eastern, 3 o'clock Central. If major breaking news happens, we'll also go live in those scenarios as well. But the only way to be a part of our live mailbags is to subscribe and join us on Tuesdays, 4 o'clock Eastern, 3 o'clock Central. We post daily videos, but we encourage you guys to join us live every single Thursday. Hit that big red button and turn on notifications. Colonial Jim 91, how do we know Andy Dalton will be horrible? Russell Wilson letdown doesn't have us thinking about the fit clearly. Number one, I've never said Andy Dalton would be horrible. I think Bears fans have reacted that way because that was such a letdown from Russell Wilson, and I've said it time and time again, this isn't an Andy Dalton issue. I think if he's fully healthy and the O-line holds up, I think he's an upgrade. He progresses better than Trubisky. There's no doubt about that. But the problem is we've seen him play over time. He's not a high ceiling guy. He's not just going to randomly go 13-4 for you. Can he be a serviceable, solid-ish starter next year? I think that's possible, But you're not going to the NFC Championship game with Andy Dalton. So I think that's where people are frustrated because they were like, oh, we're going to get Russell Wilson. And then, oh, let's overpay for Andy Dalton. So, yeah, not a Dalton issue. It's a pace issue. Got to keep saying that. Levi D, O-line prospects you like after the second round. Oh, gosh. Who's the kid? Josh Myers out of Ohio State. He's an interior guy I kind of like. Walker Little out of Stanford is a guy on late in day 2 I think could be interesting. I'd have to look more at some of the day 3 type of guys. How about Dickerson, the center out of Alabama? He's got injury concerns, but if he's there in round 3, round 4, yeah, you could talk me into that. So those are a few names to keep in mind, but top-heavy offensive line group. First round, second round, there's a lot of good ones. Benjamin, can Bars not play right tackle? He's good enough for a start. I've gone back and forth on the depth chart. I think him and Ifedi, as of now, would compete at right tackle. One of them would start, and one of them would be, your sixth lineman that could play guard or tackle. I probably would rather play him at right tackle. But you paid Jermaine Ifedi $5 million, which kind of has me thinking that they might play him at right tackle. So we'll see, but I'm with you. Alex Bars can and should get some consideration at right tackle.